Good morning, XOP, and a blessed day to all of you. Today, I would just like to relate to you this good news that miracle is always happening in our life. Did you know that miracles are so normal to God? I know you understand this because that's why your church is called Extraordinary Place. God is always doing extraordinary things in our lives, and it is our job to really understand and know God as a God who do extraordinary things in our ordinary days. And what is the secret in finding these extraordinary things? First and foremost, it is by knowing God is a good Father. Now, there's this passage in John 21. This is the time where Jesus showed himself at the shore when the disciples were fishing. They went back to fishing. This was not the first time that they saw Jesus after his resurrection. This was another instance where he showed himself, but the disciples didn't recognize that it was Jesus. John 21:4 states, early in the morning, Jesus stood on the shore, but the disciples did not realize that it was Jesus. He called out to them, friends, have you any fish? No, they answered. He said, throw your net on the right side of the boat and you will find some. When they did, they were unable to hold the net in because of the large number of fish. Notice that they were fishermen by trade. It is their expertise to really get fish. It's really a shameful display when you know that you're good at something and end up with nothing. Overnight, they were trying to catch fish. Even though they were experts at this trade of fishing, they were unable to get anything. But then Jesus told them, they did not know that it was Jesus, to lay down their nets on the other side. And here comes the miracle. They were able to get a large number of fish, and they were unable to really take out the net out of the shore because of the multitude amount of fish that they caught. God is about to give you blessings that even your strength can't comprehend or even can fathom how great God is. They were able to catch many fish that they were unable to hold their nets out of the shore. That's the God of abundance, the God of an overflow. And we all know that the miracle lies in their catch of a great number of fish. Well, in fact, there was a specific number of the fishes that they caught. It states there 153 fishes. And as we say, this was the greatest miracle that they encountered when they were at the shore. But then there was another miracle within this. And I know that this is an obscure thing and something that we don't tackle much. But hear me out. Here in this passage, it says there in John 21, verse 11, or let's say, John 11. So Simon Peter climbed back into the boat and dragged the net ashore. It was full of large fish, 153. But even with so many, the net was not torn. This was the other miracle. They were able to catch a full number of large fishes, and even with so many, the net was not torn. The net was not torn. I hope this gives you a revelation in you that there is an overflow that breaks nets, and there is an overflow that makes your net not be torn. To give you a supporting passage, let's go to Luke 5. This was the first time that Jesus was calling his disciples. And we can see that they were even fishing that time when Jesus went to them and called them to be his disciples. And then this is what Simon told during the passage in Luke 5. Simon answered. This was what Jesus said in Luke 5:4. When he had finished speaking, he said to Simon, put out into deep water and let down the nets for a catch. And then Simon complained and he said, Master, we've worked hard all night and haven't caught anything. Same scenario, right? They were at the shore, laid down the nets, and caught nothing at all. Then this is what Simon responded, but because you say so, I will let down the nets. 6. When they had done so, they caught such a large number of fish that their nets began to break. So there was an overflow that breaks nets, an overflow that doesn't break nets. What's the difference? You know, there are many instances in our life where God really shows us miracles in our daily lives. But we fail to see it. We fail to see the blessings. Because most of the times when blessings come, we feel like God is a taker, that He takes back what He provides. Most of the time, we are even complaining to God, God, why would you bless us with so much and then later you will take it away from us? But the message that God wants to tell us is that in each day of our life, He is able to provide us with abundance. Every day, God is a God of abundance, a God of an overflow. But the main thing is, our nets are not ready for a great catch. Our nets are not ready to take in the full measure of God's blessing. It begins to break because we're just focused about the catch, but we are not so focused about the intention of God. These nets can mean about our faith in God. What if you get your blessings? Will you still continue? Will you still follow God? Will you still go into depths, struggles, trials, and fight everything with God? When you get what you want, would you forget about God? The enemy hates it when he kills, steals, and destroys everything that you have and still have the strength to follow God. He don't care if God answers your prayers. But what frightens the enemy is that nothing is right with you. Everything is completely gone, destroyed, and yet you still have the courage to praise and worship God, to follow God, and to really seek God, even though that nothing is going all right in your life. And this is our direction that we need to tackle. We need a net that doesn't break. Are you ready for that great catch? Every day, God is doing a miracle. But the bigger miracle is that God wants you to understand that He is a God of abundance and that He wants you to be ready. He wants your nets to be ready. He wants you to experience extraordinary things every day. I hope you have a great day. God bless you all.